Hello everyone and welcome to the latest TBU merch review. I'm Dustin from BatmanUniverse.net, and today we are taking a look at McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Robin King. Now this is an interesting figure because, again, McFarlane Toys has been very good about getting figures that are more presently active within the comic continuity. This character first debuted in Dark Knight's Death Metal, number 2, which actually released in July of 2020, so just over a year ago. And this figure has actually been out for a little bit of time, and this isn't a figure that just released recently. It has released in the second half of 2021. We are taking a look at this. This was actually part of the collect or build a figure wave that featured Darkfather. So you'll see a piece that comes with that. But overall, this is a very interesting figure to take a look at because I think a lot of people who may not have read Dark Knight's Death Metal, on top of the fact that the figure itself is just kind of a creepy looking figure, it's kind of right up the alley of what McFarlane Toys was best known for in the early days with the Spawn stuff. I think that's why a lot of the metal stuff has been making its way into the line quicker than some of the other recent storylines, but that will probably change because I don't know that there's going to be a lot more focus on these as they continue on in the future. As we take a look at the package, the back of the package showcases the different pieces and the figures that come in the wave itself. You do have a Batman that's part of this. We may be taking a look at that one in the future, but for today we are taking a look at the Robin King. Now, though, for those of you who are unaware of who exactly the Robin King is, it's not actually a character that you would associate as Robin. The Robin King is actually Bruce Wayne from a different Earth, from part of the dark multiverse. And basically the story behind the Robin King is that the Robin King was a Bruce Wayne that was very violent to begin with as a child. And when his family was approached by a mugger on the outside of a theater, the Bruce Wayne stabbed the mugger and then took the gun and shot his parents because they were shocked that he attacked the mugger. And then Alfred was the only one out of the family that actually knew of his violent tendencies and things like that. But it's a very different story than what you can expect. The reason he took the moniker of the Robin was because the robin is a type of bird that typically uses other birds' nests, so kind of taking over. So that's why he took that moniker as the Robin King. He actually declared himself the Robin King as he killed Alfred after James Gordon approached Wayne Manor at the time to tell Alfred that there was evidence that Bruce Wayne killed his parents and he was the only one involved. So kind of a very twisted origin of a character to begin with. But as you can see, the figure comes with the torso of the Darkfather. It comes with an extra set of hands that kind of are bunched up in a fist, the standard stand that we see in all the DC Multiverse figures, and then the trading card as well. So as you could look at the figure itself, the one thing that's kind of disturbing is the length of the fingers. I will say that is kind of weird. The figure itself reminds me a lot of the Damian Wayne version of Robin, obviously with a lot of differences, but the size, the cape, the boots, it reminds me a lot of the Damian Wayne version of Robin that McFarlane has previously released. Obviously everything on here, there's lots of points of articulation. The hands themselves pop off and you can swap them out with those fists. The face is disturbing to say the least. You see those the feathers making up kind of the shoulders of the costume. The costumes are black with gold and red details with the green gloves. The hands, and I think I've made this comment before on some of the past reviews of McFarlane Toys. When they come with a separate set of hands, while I appreciate the fact that they can come with a separate set of hands, it is rather difficult to get these hands to stick on, especially with being very careful not to break the pieces themselves, because the last thing you want is to pop a finger off or pop the hand off and then to actually crack it while you're trying to get it back in. So as you can see, I'm struggling pretty darn hard here to get it back on. I didn't really want to break it on camera, so I just decided to leave it as is. Here we can see the standard DC Multiverse stand that comes with all the figures. I do appreciate the fact that these come with it. the older DC Multiverse figures that Mattel was releasing didn't always come with those stands, which was unfortunate because it's difficult sometimes to get these things to stand exactly perfectly. Here's the trading card with the information on who the actual Robin King is, along with his appearance and some stats on him. It's sometimes weird how some of the trading cards feature art that's not just standard art featuring the action figure, and sometimes it's art that's actually featuring a piece of art from the comics. And I'm wondering if there's just a licensing issue with getting some of that comic art. Here's a better look at the fists that come with the figure themselves, and then we can see the torso of Darkfather. I don't think we're going to get to the point where we're going to have all four figures to assemble this figure. So here is a look at the torso of Darkfather. This is a combination, obviously, of Darkseid and Batman as well. So there's a lot of detail here. It's a very oversized version of Batman because Darkseid is obviously a bigger character than Batman, but there is some interesting detail around the arm joints with what appears to be kind of like those studs, and then you've got the giant oversized torso as well. Overall, it's an interesting figure. It definitely is up there with one of probably the creepier figures that McFarlane Toys has released as part of the DC Multiverse line. But that's expected because it is based off of a comic story that in a lot of ways is more horror and metal than anything else that DC has been putting out in recent years. So it's interesting to see this figure make its way into the line. I'm not surprised that it made it into the line, mostly because, as I mentioned, McFarlane Toys started out doing a lot of Spawn toys, and if you've seen anything having to do with Spawn, this is very much in line with Spawn in the sense of there's some dark, creepy elements to it, but also kind of over-the-top elements as well. So that is what we've come to find in a lot of the Dark Knights figures that have released from McFarlane based on the stuff that Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo put together for the comics. Outside of that, that is going to wrap up this review. If you are interested in purchasing this figure, please take a second to click our affiliate link that can be found in the video description or in the article that this video is attached to, as your support by purchasing items through our affiliate link helps support future videos as well as other content that TBU produces. If you are interested in checking out anything else related to not only the Bat fandom, movies, television, video games, other merchandise, comics, be sure to check out our website. But also, recently we posted up an article talking about kind of the rumors of what we can expect in early 2022 from McFarlane Toys as part of the DC Multiverse line. There's a bunch of different figures that are coming, so definitely check out the website for news related to other McFarlane Toys from the DC Multiverse line that are releasing as well, some of which we will eventually get to reviewing here on the TBU Merch Reviews. Outside of that, you can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We are on YouTube and Discord. We also have a Facebook group. You can find links to all of our social accounts by heading over to our website, thebatmanuniverse.net. With all that being said, thank you so much for watching this latest TBU Merch Review. I'm Dustin from thebatmanuniverse.net, and we will see you guys next time.